The nFD 50mm 1.8. In fact, I did not plan to make one review of this lens. I bought it for $20, found it on Facebook. I played 5 minutes with it, I put it in the cabinet, and I was done with it. Until I read some review from the old school photographer about the lens. And all complained about the lack of sharpness and the softness in the corners. And I was like, damn, you complain are the criteria that I'm looking for in one vintage lens for filming. So I said, okay, let's check it out. Usually I never use this kind of shot. I know it's boring, but wait, I have something to show you. Right now, f1.8 no focal reducer. See how the focus peaking of the camera is hardly visible. And keep in mind we have a Micro Four Thirds crop, meaning that in theory, we have the best part of the glass, but seriously, do we? There is definitely a problem. The sharpness is not falling off gradually from the center to the edges, it looks like kind of scattered blocks of sharpness. There is no homogeneity, the center is not even sharp. f5.6, the sharpness is taking over, in fact until f16. However, see how the lens struggles to make horizontal lines sharper. I really don't know why, so you will have to excuse my ignorance. Anyway, long story short, because I am already bored with this chart. To sum up all that, f1.8 is for the Zack Snyder mode, f5.6 is the cream of the lens, the sweet spot, and f22 is just soft. Before we look at the image, we need to address two specs that might turn off some of you. First and most important, the 50mm f1.8 does not have SSC coating. Add to that, this is the cheapest nFD. In practical terms, this means any light source or reflection hitting the front element will create a spot of desaturation. Look at this shot. Notice when a dark area passes through the center. This is especially ugly when using a focal reducer, so a lens hood is a must. Second, the lens has only 5 aperture blades. But don't worry, as you will see, the result can be actually quite interesting. Next. Okay, now time for a confession. Right after checking the sharpness before I took it outside, I planned to bash the lens for this video and give the Canon FD team a run for their money. But I have absolutely no problem with its softness at f1.8. Yes, I've seen better. Color are lacking some contrast, there is a lack of detail, the bokeh is busy, the image looks dirty. This will certainly not look good on large screen. I just don't care. I love it. I wanted some character, there, I have it. At f5.6, this is abracadabra. As long as you make sure that the flare does not waste the frame, the saturation, contrast, colors, the ratio of sharpness, softness, everything looks yummy. Chromatic aberrations are hard to notice. The image is superb. If I had to choose only one word to describe the bokeh of this nFD, it would be noisy, or buzzy, or chaotic, and that's perfect to get the paintbrush effect. There is also a timid swirl hidden between the 10 meters and the infinity focus. The bokeh can also be creamy, but here the most interesting part. Remember when I said the lens was struggling to sharpen horizontal lines? Pay attention. You will notice that the lens emphasizes a vertical blur. I don't know if this results from a misalignment of the glass element of my model or if it is common to the entire series, so don't take it as definitive characteristic. Anyway, I am a sucker for vertical blur. Then of course, there are these 5-sided hexagonal shapes that most people will dislike. This is a matter of personalities. But the more I look at them, more I think it accentuates the image character. Without any surprise, the lens exhibits a focus briefing. It is large, but there is no image shift, nothing jumps, there are no deformation. It feels more like you are zooming in and out. I don't have any problem with it.
Hello? Can you hear me?
build. I have nothing new to say that you don't already know about the nFD design and build, except that the 50mm f1.8 doesn't feel as plasticky as some people are claiming. The build is tight and feels solid just like any other nFD. Despite having a length of 3.5 cm, adding a focusing gear won't be a problem, even on the aperture ring, as you will certainly mount it on an adapter. People using a gimbal will appreciate how light it is, 170 grams only. The only thing to keep in mind is to get the best out of the lens. You must add on this build a lens hood. The one on the lens was really not enough, so you need to get a longer one. Yes, this is the low-cost version of the f1.4. Yes, this is the nFD for peasant, the poor man nFD, blah, 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 et blah. All that is beside the point. Its flaws are what making it interesting for filming. These flaws are giving it two personalities. You have the personality at 1.8, that is soft, creamy, noisy, buzzy. It is very interesting for one dirty frame, without the extravagance. And you have the 5.6 personality on par with the big sister in the nFD lineup. Of course, this is not the cheap lens that will have one legacy at la Helios 44-2. But don't overlook it. Okay, I stopped talking. Guys, take care of you. And also, take care of your cheeks. I mean, your lenses. Take care of your lenses. I'll see you maybe next year. Bye.